So I just took the Panigale V4 Streetfighter out for a test ride and thoroughly enjoyed it. I know why they call it a street fighter, because you're going to be fighting all those traffic tickets in court. This motorcycle is ridiculous for your driver's license. So if you looking at this one, this will definitely get you excited. It is a fire-breathing monster with an incredible immersive experience. So if you love Ducati and you love the V4, you're gonna love this. You're just gonna have to be super disciplined, and this type of bike definitely requires some good level of experience. You have to earn your way to this motorcycle and not learn your way to it, because this motorcycle will throw you to the ground if you're not respecting it. Now, it does have a ton of rider aids on it, which will keep you safe. So if you're really new to Ducatis and the V4 engine, keep it in street mode for your first start. That's 155 horsepower, which is still insane, because once you get into the sport mode, that's 208 horsepower. And if you want to go to the race mode, it's still 208 horsepower, but with less rider aids. Those rider aids keep you safe. And if in sport mode, it's still plenty fun, and the acceleration will blow your mind. It is a naked bike, so you are going to get affected by the wind quite a bit, but that's kind of part of the fun too. So this is an up close and personal view of the bike. I'll leave the other videos to the actual riding footage. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not the video for you. I just want to get nice and close for everyone here, just so you can see what it is in case you can't. Go check it out for yourself. Because as per usual, the Ducati engineers are beautiful at putting everything together. And there's such small clearances, so it's just an engineering marvel with how they do it. One thing I always find fascinating is just how little clearance there is at the rear wheel with everything that they put together here. And I love how the rotor there is just on the inside, just keeping the single side swing arm nice and exposed. I mean, you've got the undertail exhaust there, so it really is beautiful from every angle, especially when you're riding it. Traffic will be jealous that you're riding this beautiful machine. Now, like a lot of the new sportier Ducatis, they come with winglets, so that'll give you some extra downforce on your high-speed runs or track days. They're not necessary, but you know, for aesthetics these days and what you see on the MotoGP track, absolutely they're necessary. You get the Brembo brake calipers with the big disc there, so yeah, 1 or 2 finger braking, and that's plenty. They'll come with Rosso Corsa 2 tires, so plenty of grip for the street and or the track. Sure, you can put stickier tires on there, but these will do the job. It's only coming in red for now, so hope you like red. It also comes with a very nice velvety suede seat with that nice V4 emblem engraved on there. It's also got a fairly wide seat, so if you got a bigger butt, that's good for you. So that's going to give you a lot of comfort when you ride this machine. I'm not sure about all-day comfort because, yeah, you have no windscreen here, so that's going to make things a little more challenging as you ride along, as you get blown around. But that's okay. Maybe someone will come up with a small windscreen, which I always recommend. I do a lot of touring, so having that little bit of a windscreen definitely helps out. So you get a nice crisp color screen, which is easy to see while you ride, even in the sun. And it's pretty easy to use, so your thumb controls here are going to operate everything that you need to do. So it's while you're riding along, you can change it over into different modes. But yeah, keep it in street to start, and sport's just fine. The race mode, same thing, but you'll see that there's just less safety aids on there. So keep it in sport and you'll be the safest for you. I have not found a fuel gauge on this, so you get the fuel light there, which you'll be seeing a lot of that because this is a thirsty bike. And so no doubt you'll be a little hard in the throttle just because it's fun, and you'll be passing everything except gas stations. Suspension is fully manually adjustable, so you got your compression and your dampening. You've also got this steering dampener here, so this is good for that light front end, so you're not going to get you're less likely to get a tank slapper. This will protect you from that, so this is a good thing to have. The adjustments are also down at the forks as well, and of course in the rear as well. So you're definitely gonna want to adjust that suspension to your body weight, because once you have a nicely adjusted suspension, you will love your motorcycle even more. And just to point out that this the front sprocket is fairly exposed, so if you're riding around with shoes with shoelaces, probably not a good idea. If that shoelace gets sucked up into there, you're gonna have a really bad day. Lighting on the Streetfighter is absolutely beautiful with the tail light. I'd like to see some LEDs on the signals, because I just don't know why we're using bulbs still. They just don't look as good, and a motorcycle this beautiful does not need incandescent bulbs. Let's stick with the beautiful LEDs, please. Same thing with the front. Again, you got the bulbs for the signals. Get rid of those. You got the angry unibrow that Ducati is doing on some of their bikes. I've got the Super Sport, and it's got the angry unibrow as well. It still looks good, even though it's a unibrow. And you got the two angry looking LED lights right below there. So the seat height on the Streetfighter is pretty tall. I'm 6'2", 190 centimeters tall, and I've got a little bit of room. But if you're around 170, 160 centimeters, or about 5'7" or shorter, it's going to be a little tall for you. But that's okay. You'll get used to it. You'll love the bike. But yeah, it's the taller, the better, and the shorter, you'll manage. Just get some good motorcycle boots to give you a little bit of height. So this was an incredibly fun motorcycle to ride. I've ridden a lot, and this sure gets things exciting. Now with the V4, it can be pretty jerky, under 30 kilometers an hour or 20 miles an hour. So not so good there. But once you're past that, it's actually really smooth. I'm actually surprisingly smooth. On the Panigale V4, that is still a little jerky at lower speeds, but this one smooths it out quite nicely. So I do prefer how they've geared the Streetfighter over the Panigale. Definitely more friendly for the street, which is where you're going to ride it most of the time anyway. At highway speeds, super smooth, super powerful. You feel like you're Superman flying down the road, since it's a naked bike with no windscreen. So if you're into that, it's a great feeling. And of course, that acceleration is just going to get you into all sorts of trouble. So try to keep it reasonable out there, because this will destroy your driver's license. And you just don't want that, because then you can't ride it. So yeah, is it worth the cost? I mean, absolutely. I mean, you're not going to regret it. Your bank account and your financial situation might say otherwise, but this is an incredible immersive experience. Now, should you get the V4S with the nicer suspension? I was pretty happy with the regular suspension on the regular V4. I'd really have to ride them back to back to tell. Like, I love a good Öhlins suspension. I think it's worth it. But with how good this one felt, I think I'd be happy with this. Save the money. Maybe just spend a little bit more on track days. So it's your call on what you want to get. If you just want to go take it for a ride, but it is absolutely worth it if this is your sort of thing. Last thing on it, this is not a new rider-friendly motorcycle. If you really like this bike and you want to get it, start with the Kawasaki Z400. That's a naked bike with 400 cc's, and that's a lot of fun. So definitely check that one out first before getting something like this. And it'll be much more healthier for you, and your family will be much happier with that as well. So leave your comments below what you want to see, what kind of bikes I do teach people how to ride motorcycles a lot, so that eats up most of my time. I love doing these reviews. I wish I could do them more. So let me know what you want to see. Like the video, tweet it, tag it, like it, all that good stuff. And hopefully we'll see you soon.